going to show you how to make one more craft. This one's super fun and probably one of my favorites. For this one, you'll need a different kind of pine cone. You'll need a Douglas fir pine cone. You can tell that it's Douglas fir because it has little tails sticking out, little things sticking out of it that kind of look like mouse tails. So you'll need a Douglas fir pine cone. You'll need a little wooden ball. You'll need some felt for the head and scarf and body. You'll need scissors and your hot glue. First step, we're going to put on the head. If yours has, it would be best if your head has a hole in the middle so you can stick it on the end here. First, start by putting a little dab of hot glue with your hot glue gun on inside the hole. Make sure to be careful that it doesn't come out the other side. Then, stab the head onto the top of the pine cone. You can twist it around a bit and then, voila, the head is on. That's the first step. Before we do anything else, we're going to have to do some cutting. We're going to cut our felt up into little pieces to make the hat, the scarf, and the feet. Yeah, I only have 2 colors of felt, but if you have more, that's great. First, let's start with the red felt. First, I'm going to cut out the scarf. Start by getting a long strip of straight felt. It doesn't have to be perfect. Here is my elf scarf. So lay that piece aside. Next, I think I'm going to give my elf a green hat. So you can take your green fabric, or whatever color you have, and I'll start by cutting out a small square to make the fabric easier to deal with. Alright, now I have this. So next I'm going to cut a triangle. Now we have a triangle. This, once folded up, will act as the elf's hat. Alright, next we're going to put this piece aside, and it's going to need feet. I think I'll give mine red feet. For the feet, cut out little hearts. This part's a little bit tricky. Now we have a little heart. This will act as the elf's feet later on. You may need to cut yours a little bit bigger. Next, we can decide if we want to give our elves hands. If so, you can cut out some little hands using fabric. I'll make my elf's hands green. So this part's a little tricky because the hands are so small. Start by basically cutting out a glove shape. I'm going to start by cutting out an oval and then make the fingers from there. Make a little slot in it for the thumb. Then trim your glove so that it looks like a glove. This step's a little tricky. If you would like your elf to not have hands, you can not do the gloves. Then we have a little glove shape. Make another glove for the other hand. For the next step, we're going to make our hat. Start by folding your hat in half, like this. Now it's a half triangle. Next, glue the two edges together with your hot glue gun. Once you've made your elf hat, you can glue it on to your elf. Okay, now that we've got the elf's hat on, the next step is to put on its feet. We're going to glue the elf feet onto the bottom of the elf. Make sure that when you glue it, the feet are in front so that the hot glued end of your hat are in the back. I'll glue mine on now. Then let it dry for a couple minutes, but elf has feet. The next step is to glue on the elf's scarf. You can wrap the scarf however you'd like, but I think I'll just wrap mine in kind of a crisscross pattern. Like that. There you go, and then you can just glue it like that or do it however you want. The next steps would be to add a face to your elf and to also add your arms. I'm going to add my face first. I suggest doing this with a Sharpie. I think I'll just make my elf smiling. There you go. Alright, the last step would be to add some gloves. So I suggest just kind of laying them out first so you can see where you want your gloves to go. Once you've got them all laid out, you can glue them in. There's one hand. You might have to poke them and move them around a bit so that they're in the position you'd like them to be. There we go. And that's your elf. You can give your elf some other decorations or more clothes if you'd like to.